Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. It is time to wake up, drink some coffee, and sketch a little bit. Got both my folks in the chat room. It's about the only time we get to see each other anymore, the way things have been going lately. Comings and goings all day, all night. So yesterday, we sketched a scorpion. You know what? Let's record. Got to make sure we're recording. Alright, so yesterday we sketched this scorpion. Today we're going to sketch this queen here. I think it's a queen. It's either a queen or princess. I'm not sure. But let's turn the page and get started. It's Friday. It is Friday morning. It's been storming most of the night. Did y'all get any of that rain over there? We sure needed that rain. How much of that rain did you get? Do a little composition work here. Make sure everything we want to draw will fit on the page. Where we want it to fit. Can't talk, Artie. I tell you, the really bad thing about these stormy nights is it is so very hard to wake up the next morning. I mean, I did obviously wake up, but it's not because I wanted to. And then my beautiful young bride is in there still asleep. And I can think of all the excuses not to do this, not to get up, not to draw. Come up with all the excuses not to do it. But you know what happens if I don't? Nothing. There are no repercussions. This is all my doing. This is all my goals, my desire to be better at this skill. My desire to spend time with you. So if I don't get up and do this, none of that happens. Nothing. That's so weird how that composition was so far off. I don't know if you can see this. It doesn't look like you can. But where I started is completely different from where it ended up. I mean, it's okay. part of this process is exaggerating what I see so that it interprets right on the canvas. But it's just really interesting to me how far off it turned out. I sit here thinking I'm doing exactly what I see, and then I change my perspective and I realize, nope, it is not what I see at all. It is not at all what I see. And the question then is, it's a toy. Do I continue to try to make it match the toy, or do I try to make it match what I think a queen should look like on the table? That is part of the idea of just drawing it however it lands on the table, by the way, because it takes away the preconceptions of this is what I expect to see. Well, you know, I don't expect to see a queen laying on her side with her legs stuck up in the air, not in a exciting way, but in a what do you call that when people die and they can't move anymore? Because that's what it looks like. Rigor mortis. Legs stuck up in the air like rigor mortis, like she was frozen solid by a spell and then fell over. But she didn't shatter. Anyway, you don't expect to see that, so your brain doesn't quite know how to interpret that. Your rigor mortis jokes aren't funny, Jonathan. Well, I mean, they kind of are. I mean, they kind of are. I don't think I'm going to get details on that face like I want to. Hey, Crazy Works. What's up? I just don't think I'm going to get the detail on that face that I'm after at this scale. But I think it's time to clean up some of those lines so that I can see what I'm trying to draw. I completely missed Crazy Works coming into the chat room. I did something unusual this morning. I went on the Twitter machine posted that we were drawing live this morning. I think it's helpful to let people know so they can join us. So if you watch the show, if you're a regular viewer, one of the things I talk about is the bounced light gives form to rounded objects. See, this part right here is not rounded. It's a flat plane, and so there's no bounced light in it. It's one plane, and your brain reads it that way because there's no bounced light in it. Or there's not enough bounce light in it to make it read as round. But this is round, and so it has reflective light in it. So it'll read different. Boobies. And her abdomen. Her dress is blue, so we'll color the whole thing in. We'll shade the whole thing to distinguish it from her top, which is just a lighter shade of blue. Big old puffy shoulders. Like 80s model shoulders. And again, at this scale, the detail may or may not actually come through. So we'll see what happens. Let's start adding some drop shadow in there. Good lord, it's already 5:15. Should this hand come down further, or should the shadow be moved up, or should the dress come out? The dress should come out further, but then you lose the and the hand should come out further. And the shadow should come up. It was a combination of the three, I think. Okay, so we have a contact drop shadow here. Can't see any shadow here. We have a shadow here. We have a shadow here. We have a contact shadow here. The dress is actually darker than the shadow here. I don't know what's happening to the music, but we're not going to put up with that noise. So we're just going to have to go without music for now. The shadow is darker than her top. Especially as you get in here. Where it gets closer to contact. Again, that face is they put quite a bit of detail in this face. This is a Safari Limited model, and they put quite a bit of detail in this thing. I hate to just not do it. Not give it the same amount of care and consideration that they did. But I'm drawing at a scale that I don't think is going to achieve that. Can't talk, Harding. And then she is not white. Have to separate her from the page. How are we doing on time? 5:52. Not so bad. Alright, I think we're going to have to call it. I think we're going to have to call it. What is today? 25th of April. I hope that you have enjoyed your coffee and sketching this morning. Daily practice is how we get better. And that is what my point here to do is to just get better. A little bit every day. Learn a little bit every day. Like, why is that magnet so hard to make it let go? Alright. Oh. Yeah. That explains why that looks so funky. That was a stray line that shouldn't have been there. That I shaded. That explains that. Why that shape looks so wonky. Yeah, once you get them up next to each other, It's real easy to see. Alright, let's try that again. Oh yeah, that's much better. Try to get it from the same angle I saw it from. But you can tell, you can really tell that I moved. You can really tell that I moved when I was drawing. I think that's funny, because it looks like you're doing just fine, and then all of a sudden you get up there and you realize, wait a minute, he moved. He moved. That doesn't match because he moved. So you can tell I shifted over this way to draw some of it, and I shifted over this way to draw some of it. I came over here to see a better detail, and then I got perspective from this way, and then I came over here to get more detail, and I got perspective from this way, and it throws things off, right? It makes the dress too wide in places where it shouldn't be wide. It makes the shadow, it lets me see things in the shadow that I couldn't see from the angle that I was drawing from. It's very interesting to me to see how that turns out. I may have to find a chin rest and just start drawing on the chin rest every time. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Look forward to it every day. See you tomorrow, same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel. 5:30 in the morning, we do the sketches and coffee, and we just chit chat. Usually we talk about the rain in the Netherlands, because it's usually the only Europeans that are with us this time of day. But have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30.